Hey everybody, welcome back. David here to share with you again some simple things that I promised that I would. We are here to just review what we did the last time, and very simple exercise on the bass. First, before we do that, let me just say real quick, we talked about learning from each other and getting ideas and whatnot. But before you do all of that, you really want to make sure your bass is functioning well. You may have had one laying around collecting dust. You want to make sure the strings are good, make sure they're sound. You need to make sure the body is good. You know, there's a bunch of things you want to make sure about, and so you may actually need to take your bass to your local music shop and have what's called a setup. They can check it out and see if your bass is good, and of course you need to be in tune when you're playing so that you're learning the sounds, the correct notes of your bass. Very important to be in tune. And doing that, you know, you can use the piano, you can use the guitar. The easiest thing to probably do is to use a tuner, electronic tuner. The one that I use is called a Snark. You probably can see it right here. And it just clamps on. It contains a little battery there. It just clamps on, and as I play, see, it lights up and can basically tell you when the note is perfect. And you adjust your pegs here to that setting. This goes for around $30 in your music store in my local area. I got it for like $10 off of eBay, and there are lots of different versions. You have to see what suits your need. And so once you're set up, you have decent strings, you're in tune, you're pretty much ready to go. So let's quickly go with the exercise that I gave you the last time. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Let's go to the 5th fret, if you recall. And the exercise went a little something like this. It's important that you take it very slowly until you develop some speed with it, until you can do it more fluidly. But it's important to do it slowly at first. Something I learned very, very long ago. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. If you practice something incorrectly, you're gonna, I don't care how long you're doing it, you're gonna be doing it incorrectly. And so it's not speed right now. You may see me going, but you need to do these exercises slowly until you feel it, and you do it correctly. You don't want to be on the fret. You want to be right above the fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we already gave you this, right? So the exercise now is to get it perfectly without any squeaks. And then a big part of what we're going to do here is not just learn how to go, but to be creative. All right. Yes, it's important to know how to move around the bass, but it's important to be creative, and that's basically what's going to help, set you apart from somebody else. I mean, if everybody knows how to finger and how to do all of that, it's about how creative you can be with your instrument. And so what I want to do this week quickly is the same exercise. Firstly, be able to play it free of any errors, and secondly, be able to play it with speed. So that means you're going to practice for a while, no errors, then you build a low speed. And thirdly, I want you to create something with it, right? Some of the most awesome songs are nothing but scales. If you listen to them, it's like, if you know scales and recognize, like, that's a scale. Like that, those are scales. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. So this is the exercise. Right? When I heard that, I kind of got a jazz feel in my mind. So this is what I did with it. Now, I didn't add anything, any other note, but the ones that I showed you, right? So I took that and just made it sound like a nice little jazz riff. So that's what you want to do next. After you're comfortable going from your first string to your fourth string, back to your first string, and then you're comfortable with a little speed, then you want to create something. And it's fine if you want to do the very one that I did. Let me just show you again. So it's I can't really give you step by step by step by step. That's part of the creativity. You're going to have to feel that and you have to hear that. So that's something you may have to develop if you're not kind of an air person. So that's what I want you to do for this lesson. Get comfortable with that scale, and more importantly than the speed, become creative with it. Create something with it. All right, so next time we'll review that and we'll come with something else. All right.